Now we're tracking Sandy's impact 1 year later after it slammed the East Coast. Efforts to recover and rebuild are still ongoing. Places like the Long Beach Boardwalk in New York are now bigger and stronger than before after being ripped apart by the storm. The boardwalk reopened this past weekend. Still, officials say more needs to be done.
Meanwhile, Ellis Island reopened to the public today after flooding from the storm knocked out electrical systems. It left the island without power for months. Officials say they hope to have all the repairs done by spring.
And here in Rhode Island, Sandy wreaked havoc at many homes and businesses. Some are still recovering a year later.
This afternoon, Rhode Island Senator Jack Reed announced the state's receiving an additional $16 million in recovery aid to help those communities affected by last year's storm.
And tonight we head back to one of those hard-hit areas to check in on the recovery. Eyewitness News meteorologist TJ Del Santo joins us now from the South County Mobile Newsroom in Westerly with the latest.
The Ocean State didn't take a direct hit, but it took a hard hit from Hurricane Sandy. And one of the hardest hit communities was right here in Westerly. And the recovery here has been amazing. A year ago, Sandy moved up the East Coast and killed more than 140 people and caused more than $68 billion in damage. Westerly was one of the hardest hit communities in southern New England.
And then we came down to the beach, and this 2-mile stretch was just devastated.
A 5-foot storm surge moved a quarter-mile inland. Septic systems failed, and sand was blown everywhere. Westerly Town Councilor Caswell Cook remembers the sand especially.
I remember a stop sign being kind of at my knee, realizing that the street was that full of sand.
The sand was returned to the beach, and all but one business reopened for the summer.
It just took a lot of people, and it took all winter.
Cook said the summer here in Mesquamaket was a success, though house rentals were down, possibly because people didn't know what to expect.
We were slightly down. I think we were actually pleasantly surprised that we did as well as we did. We lost maybe 15% drop off, I would say.
Buildings here are now being elevated. Protective dunes are being enhanced. And some businesses and facilities are becoming more mobile. And there are plans to move the Town Beach Pavilion inland.
So you can't fight Mother Nature, and you can't ignore global warming and climate change and the sea rising. But you don't have to sit by and let a huge economic engine for this town and for the state really, fall into the ocean either.
And the Westerly Town Beaches Pavilion is expected to be moved by the summer of 2015. With the South County Mobile Newsroom, I'm TJ Del Santo, Eyewitness News.
And stay with Eyewitness News for the recovery from Sandy's impact 1 year later. We have headlines and a photo gallery from Sandy online at WPRI.com.
Plus, all the vital information to help you prepare for when the next storm hits our area.